In this presentation, we will learn how to delete the intermediate node of the list. So let's get started. Here we will consider this initial state of the linked list, and that too a doubly linked list. There is a head pointer pointing to the first node of the list. Our target is to delete this particular node at position 2. Okay, so I'm assuming here that there is some temp pointer available in front of us, and this is currently pointing to the first node of the list. I want to move this pointer towards right so that it can point to this particular node, and in order to do this, I will use this piece of code. While position greater than 1, temp equal to temp next, position minus minus. Please note that position is a variable which contains this value 2. This means at position 2 we want to delete a particular node. Okay, and that is why I am keeping this position variable. And this piece of code I am also keeping in order to move this temp pointer towards right so that it can point to this particular node. Now, according to this code, this temp pointer will move towards right and it will point to this particular node. After this, I will also keep one more pointer, okay, that is temp 2. Now, here you can see with this line of code, I would be able to make this temp 2 point to this particular node. Now, why is that possible? Because I want my temp 2 to always point to the node just before the node we want to delete. That is why temp 2 is pointing to this particular node. This is the node we want to delete, therefore temp 2 must point to this particular node. This is very important to understand. That is why this is written temp 2 equals to temp prev. Now we can do our usual operation, that is deleting the node. First we will adjust the links and then we will delete the node. Here with the help of temp 2 we will update the next part of this node. So you can see over here temp 2 next is equal to temp next. It must point to this particular node. After this we will update the prev part of this node so that it can point to this node. And for this purpose we will use temp pointer. Temp next prev is equal to temp 2. Now this will point to this node. After this we will free our node, that is this particular node, using temp pointer. And finally we will put null in place of 2000 here. And that's it. That's all what we need to do. This is the resultant linked list so obtained. Now let's just see the complete code in code blocks. Now this is the complete code available over here. You can see struct node is declared. We have an add to empty function, add at end function. Then we have del first, del last, del inter function. This is the function we need to focus on, right? We have this print function also, and in this main function you can see head is declared. Then we are calling add to empty function, add at end function twice so that we would be able to create a linked list. So a linked list is formed in which the first element is 34, then second element is 45 and third element is 9. We will print this message after that is before deletion, and we will call print function, and with the help of print function we will be able to print all the elements of the linked list. That means 34, 45 and 9 will get printed on the screen before deletion, right? Then we will call del inter function, and to this del inter function we are passing head as well as this value 2, which is received over here. You can see that we have struct node star head and int position. This is del inter function, and these are the two parameters. Position will receive value 2 and head will receive the address of the first node, right? After this we have these two pointers temp and temp 2. You can see over here temp is initialized with head and temp 2 is initialized with null. Then we are checking this condition is if position is equal to 1, that means the node to be deleted is the first node. Then we will call del first function, as simple as that. Else what we will do here, we will evaluate this piece of code, that is while position greater than 1, temp equals to temp next, position minus minus, the same piece of code which we have seen in order to move the temp pointer towards the node we want to delete. After this we will check this condition, is temp next equal to null? After moving the temp, if temp next equal to null, this means that we have reached the last node of the list. That means the user wants to delete the last node of the list. And if this is the case, then we will call del last function. And you can see over here the del last function. This function is called, and we can see over here this del last function will delete the last node of the list, which we have already seen, right? If this is not the case, then we will evaluate this piece of code which we have already seen, and finally head will be returned back to the main function. After head is returned, this particular message will get printed on the screen, that is after deletion, and then print function is called to print the elements after deletion. Okay, let's execute this code. You can see over here before deletion, this is the status, that is 34, 45, 9. These are the elements of the particular linked list. After deletion, these are the elements, that is 34 and 9. This particular node has been deleted because the position is provided. Here you can see this value is 2. That is why this particular element is deleted.